sitting here with Amanda Steele.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming down. I have to look at my notes here because you have so much going on. You're an entrepreneur, a model, an actress, a creator, but you started out as a little girl who wanted to be a designer.
Yeah.
That's where it all started.
Yeah, that's where it all started. I always loved clothes. I mean, when I was really young, I have sketches, my mom still has them, of like, I was like 8 years old, I made my own fashion line and would like design clothes on pieces of paper. And I played like online fashion games and like TV games. And then I started watching how to sew on YouTube. That's what I looked up.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to learn how to sew so I could be a fashion designer.
How old were you at the time?
10 is when I started my YouTube channel.
No, but how old were you when you started looking into sewing and stuff?
It happened pretty quickly. I got obsessed with it pretty quickly. So probably like, I probably was 10 when I was like really obsessed with YouTube, like looking at how to sew. And then I just found like fashion hauls, and then I saw the whole beauty community, and I was just obsessed because I always like loved this like glamour and clothes. And actually, when I was younger, I was like really, really little, so I couldn't wear like cute clothes. I could only wear kids'
You're so
clothes.
tall now, yeah.
Yeah, I could only wear kids' clothes. So I was just like obsessed with it, and I like watching older girls online. And then I was just like, "Hey, Mom, like I would love to make my own makeup videos." And
what gurus were you looking at the time? Who were your
Juicy
girls?
Star 07. What's her name? Like Blair something, but
Okay.
her name was Juicy Star 07, and she had a sister that was doing it as well. Candy Johnson, who I know now, love. She's still thriving.
Isn't that a trip that like you grew up watching her and now you know her?
Yeah, it's insane. And I even think about that now with girls that have started after me that are around my age. And when I see them out and like they're doing so well, I'm like, oh my God, like I love your videos. They're so great. I've really been watching them. And they're like, I grew up watching you.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
Do you still watch YouTube?
I do actually. I'm obsessed, but I watch kind of weird stuff on YouTube now.
Like what?
I'm not like watching.
How weird?
I mean, it's like mostly food videos.
Okay. Like mukbang and stuff?
Oh, I go through
I'm doing
those.
Trisha Paytas next week.
I love her. Love her.
She's the greatest.
Also, yeah, I mean, I will watch like tea accounts on the mukbangers.
What is that?
They'll like make compilations and like talk about tea and drama that's happening between them.
Okay.
And I don't know why. It's just like so entertaining
and they're eating
to me.
at the same time?
It like has clips of them eating and things that they say while they're on camera, like doing their mukbang.
Okay.
It's, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's mostly food videos or like random, like I love like Business Insider.
Really?
Yeah.
They're pretty good. You know, they're really good on like Twitter. They'll do those quick like 30-second like videos.
Yeah.
I like them. What do you watch on YouTube? Just business stuff?
I mean, just, you know, the titles are always very catchy. So it's
Clickbaity.
kind of just like, you know, why Victoria's Secret is like closing all these stores or like why they're failing and stuff like that. That's just one that I remember off the top of my head that I was watching. Yeah.
It's funny because, and we'll talk more about your business, but that's what I'm interested in, your brand and kind of how you came about this. But it's interesting that you're actually watching business type videos. You're not just watching, you know, Trisha Paytas being silly. Like you're also learning something too about kind of the business side of things.
I try. I don't really like to read books because I just grew up on YouTube.
Kids, read. It's okay.
Okay, but this is it. I read books only on like self-help and business.
Okay.
So I will read those books.
But not just
like a story.
Okay.
Because like, I'll just watch Netflix. I don't know.
Yeah. So back to the brand though, what are you designing? Talk about it, like who's it for? What made you start it? What was the inspiration?
Yeah, so I mean, I've always wanted to be a fashion designer. And I've been like, over the years, always had this goal. But I also, at times I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to do this because especially if I'm putting something like, it's gonna be called Steele. So like, if I'm gonna put my last name on it.
It's a great name.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, Amanda Steele is a great name too, but Steele, I don't know, it's just a cool name for a line.
I'm really happy about it.
You were blessed with a good name.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah. And yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready. Like, I need to know more about what goes into creating like a fashion brand and, you know more of the history of other brands.
Did you do like internships or something or like?
I didn't, but a lot of my friends make clothes or they went to fit them. And so like when I first started out, before I had any deal of like being able to make the clothes, like now I work with a manufacturing company.
Oh, wow.
But before that, I was like, I'm done waiting for someone to like want to work with me. Like I'm just going to do it myself because all of my friends make clothes too. Like they do it themselves.
Do it. Yeah.
So like I can just learn from them. So like I had like one of my friends who is really good. He can make the whole like tech packet of.
I'm a guy. What's a tech packet?
It's like it's like a graphic, just kind of like line image of like what the piece is.
Okay.
And then it just has all the info you need to give to the manufacturer.
Okay.
To then make it how you want it. So we made like a whole collection of things, and I had like a whole whole collection on these pieces of paper.
What was it? I mean, dresses or?
It's like what I have put out now. This is like 3 years ago, 3 years ago.
Like a whole line?
Yeah, I was like, I made the whole thing, but it took like so long, and then I finally got this deal, and by the time things came around, like they weren't cool anymore. Like I was like,
it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was over it. Mm-hmm. But there's some pieces that were from my initial like designs like 3 years ago that we took inspiration from, and they were made, and now they're out.
So did you have to like you figure out this whole process, and then by the time you're done, the style's not cool anymore?
Yeah.
So did you have to start over again?
It was. I think it was just more about like learning for me. I just wanted to know what goes into it, like what you have to do. And, instead of going to school, like I have all my friends that went to school for it.
I'll learn from them.
Like I'll just learn from you guys. But I also, before that, like I released merch, and I was like, I'm not going to work with like a merch company.
Fanjoy or something.
Yeah. I'm just going to make my own site and like put it on there and like do the whole thing and learn from that.
And how did you handle shipping and stuff?
It was really hard. And then that was when I hired my first assistant. Yeah.
Is that a nightmare?
It was a lot.
You have all these orders coming in, and you got to figure out do you go to the post office, or like how's the whole thing work?
Yeah, we'd take like buckets like to the post office. But I loved it. I loved it all because it was such a learning process.
Sure.
Like, so after doing that and then like learning more of the tech part of like what goes into designing the pieces and getting them made, that's when like finally like I brought those designs on the piece of paper to the company I'm working with now, and I was like, see, I'm serious about this. I'm going to be involved. I'm really going to do it. And
so did you partner with somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Instaco. Okay. So they do like a few other like influencer clothing lines, but they always tell me like how different I am than them because I'm so hands-on with it.
Okay. That's how you gotta be if you're running a business.
Yeah, it's like some people think that it would be like some people think it's just like a licensing deal, which is like just my name and I wear the clothes and then like I get paid for it. But it's actually like this is my passion project that I feel like someday will become the biggest part of my career.
Yep.
Which is just incredible to me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, because you realize you're smart. You realize the shelf life of a YouTuber. I mean, you've made it this far. I mean, you're way past the expiration date, right? You've made it this far, but who knows where you'll be when you're 30?
Yeah.
But you can always take a step back and run a company and have the next YouTuber promote it on their social.
Exactly.
Is that kind of the vision you have for it?
I would always like look at other girls and I was like, I swear like they're taking my outfits and they're getting way more likes on their photos, like wearing my outfits. And then I was like, you know what? This is my lane. I make the clothes for them.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like,
so if they get likes, I get likes.
And now I'm like, I send the clothes to like all my friends. I'm like, even if like you don't tag me, I know it's cute enough and I know you're gonna like it and you're gonna wear it. Yeah. And then that's content for me to put on, my brand page.
Yep.
And yeah.
So do you just send it to anyone? Like how do you?
No, I send it to all of like my friends, like my influencer friends. I also like, I sent like everything to my old roommate, Morgan. She works for Flaunt magazine, which is like a fashion magazine.
Okay.
And I was like, I have to give it all to you. Like she asked for everything and I'm like, okay, all right, sure, anything for you. I give it all to her and I'm just like, that would just be awesome if you could like do like a shoot with it, like just like shoot the clothes. So it's kind of like people that I know that will appreciate it.
And they put it in Flaunt?
Not yet, but
get on it, Morgan.
Yeah, come on. So I give it to like influencer girls that I follow that I think are cute that would wear it well. I want to give it to people that are going to represent the brand.
What is the brand? Who is Steele? What is Steele?
Okay. It's a sophisticated but like fun, business kind of woman, I feel like.
Okay.
Which is just kind of like what I am. I want it to still be fun. Like you can wear it to like party and like feel sexy. Okay. But there's blazers and kind of like menswear inspired pieces. Like there's a lot of like dress shirts and that kind of style. Okay. So it's stuff that like I would wear to business meetings.
Okay.
But when I was showing the collection in New York to a bunch of like magazines and stuff, one girl came in, I was like, yeah, like you'd wear it to like a meeting like this. And she's like, you would wear this to a meeting?
What is it, too sexy or something?
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
But you're different than the average girl.
Yeah, I'm like, I would. I mean, like, I'd wear leather pants and a leather blazer to a meeting, yes.
Yeah, but the average girl in Indiana can't wear that to her accounting job.
But then also, like, when you have a brand, like, you have this style that, like, people, you know, they're not going to dress every day like Steele.
Yeah.
But, like, they'll buy one piece and then they'll feel the essence of, you know, the brand.
Sure. Talk about the social media game, too. For you, a model... has a clothing line and everything. Mm-hmm. Instagram's obviously where the eyeballs are. Is it a ton of pressure for you? I can't imagine as a 19-year-old model, YouTuber, every picture it seems like would be overanalyzed. What's the lighting like? What filters used? Are the right people tagged? Mm-hmm. How do I look at this picture? How much goes into one post? It's
literally like made me lose my mind. Like, it's really hard, and I finally like am now like more comfortable with it because, and you know, like Instagram's getting rid of likes, which I'm like very, very excited about.
I thought you would hate it.
No, I mean because like I've been like posting stuff that I love, mm-hmm. and the engagement is like really bad.
Okay.
And then I'm like, damn, like now I need to delete it or like
it's fucking up my numbers.
Or like now I need to, when I post a photo, don't post something like that. Post something. What gets more likes is bright light, more color, smiling, you know, things like that aren't always me or isn't always what I think is cool. Mm-hmm. I would like be posting that kind of stuff because
just to get the likes and get
I knew it would
up.
Get the engagement. But like more recently I've just like fully accepted posting what I think is like cool, and mm-hmm. I still keep in mind, you know, certain kind of like frames, like certain kind of like
what do you mean?
Lighting,
uh-huh.
You know, like certain lighting and like even like poses and just like little things I know will get more likes, more attention. So I'm like finding a way to, you know, still like catch people's eyes when they're like scrolling, but have it be me.
Sure. How do you use it for your brand? I mean, it's good because what's your following like on Insta and Twitter and YouTube?
Yeah, my Instagram's at like 2.4 million.
It's so funny. Like, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot anymore because like, mm-hmm. oh, you've got 2.4, this one's got 2. I mean, me or average people don't. Mm-hmm. But does it even mean anything to you anymore? Like, can your head wrap around 2 million people or it just becomes a number?
It becomes a number really mm-hmm. to me because everything like is numbers now, like especially like with the brand. Like I see sales, I see how many things are sold, you know, I see, you know, how much money we made. I see how many
clicks.
I see like how many people watched my story, how many people opened the link from my story. Yep. Like it just is all numbers. And like I've had millions of followers for years now.
Since you were 10 years old.
Like, I mean, since I was 14, like, when I had big numbers like that. But it's been like, you know, 5 years that I've had these numbers. So it really has become just numbers to me. But I do appreciate going to events like VidCon and BeautyCon because that's when you actually can see the people in real life, and then you're like, wow, like, I think of it just as numbers, but like I see you guys all in front of me. You guys mm-hmm. are all real people.
Yeah, some little girl, hey, I watch your video.
Yeah.
Or I really like this, or I really like that. Do you get recognized a lot? Does it depend where you are?
Yeah, it depends on where I am. I used to a lot when I was younger, when I would be like in Orange County and like go to the like outdoor malls there. Mm-hmm. I would always get recognized. I get recognized if I'm like on Melrose, like walking on Melrose.
Okay.
Places where like maybe like more like touristy.
Okay.
You know, that kind of place. But it's become to a point now where my audience is like my age and older.
They've
mostly.
grown with you.
They've grown with me.
What's your demo?
It's mostly 18 to 24.
Female.
Yeah, and then like 25 to up. So it's like older than me actually.
Oh, cool.
So when people recognize me, it's not like
it's not a
14-year-old that's like, oh my god, like, hey, like I watch your videos. It's kind of just like they look at me and like they're like, oh, I saw you, and like maybe
you're the same age or something.
Yeah, like we're like maybe like hanging out together, like in the same group or something.
Yeah.
You know? But I'll just like get DMs and be like, oh, I saw you come into like the store, like whatever. But like they're grown, so they're not gonna like fangirl.
Yeah. What's it like too, being a woman on Instagram? The DMs, like, do you just get creepy DMs all day, or like, how do you even respond to them, or like, do you really look at them? Or?
I really do look. I look at them. Yeah, some of them are weird, but most of them I'm just like, did you really think like you're gonna get somewhere with this?
Like they're trying to date you or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like that's crazy.
What's the most common one you get?
I don't know. Just like,
hey.
Yeah, hey. Literally,
girl.
hey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the most of like people that are like verified.
Okay.
What they like DM me is always just like, hey.
Okay.
Just like maybe she'll respond because there's like a verified sign on it or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But I love when I get DMs from brands.
Okay.
Definitely a lot of like companies, like DM me to send me product. Like Miranda Kerr DM'd me.
No way.
The other day to send me like her makeup and skincare line.
How cool is that?
I was like, everyone, Miranda Kerr just DM'd me personally, not the brand, her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I died.
What's the most famous person to DM you?
Probably her.
Miranda Kerr.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Nice. And like what I was thinking about what you were saying too about it just becomes a number. Do you become jaded a little bit because that little girl in Orange County, when you first made your videos and you went from 50,000 to 100,000, did that mean a lot more than going from say 2 million to 2.1 million?
I mean, I don't know. It's still now my numbers aren't like growing like they are because
Why not?
It's because my audience was like 14 like with me, like that was like when I was mostly on YouTube, and now everyone's 19, 20, like they're all in college, they're in like sororities, like
they're not watching as much.
They have like their own like lives and they're partying now, so it's not like they have the free time to just like obsess on the internet. Like totally get that.
Oh, okay.
This is just my job, so like I do it all the time. And also just like I have changed, and I don't do the same thing as I did before. So I just like, I think when I was younger, like maybe like 16, I was more like, I just thought like I had everything. Like it was just on top of the world. Like none of it meant like anything. It was just like I had all of this. Now as I've grown and I'm like an adult, I'm like, oh, I have to like pay my mortgage and this can all go away. So now I'm a lot more appreciative of everything that I have and all the growth that I have. And, when I get positive responses from things and people tell me how much they like my style or like my YouTube videos, like that means like so much to me now. So I think I've just become more appreciative over time.
Do you go through your comments too on YouTube, or do you just mute everything and try to stay out?
I do go through my comments now on YouTube, but I did when I was younger. Like when I was getting a lot of hate, I would just like disable them because I didn't want to do it.
Because you've been in the game so long, does your give a fuck level like decrease as the longer you get in this, where you would cry in your bedroom at 11 for a mean comment? Now you're just kind of shrug it off like no big deal, or do they still get to you?
I mean, there's like some things you could say that like obviously will always like hurt if it's something you're actually a little bit insecure about and someone calls you out, like then it's gonna like sting a little bit. But now I've just realized I'm like, if people are talking about you, good or bad, like you're doing something right.
Yeah. The worst thing is if no one's talking about you.
Exactly. So I'm like, if the only comments I get are like horrible comments, I'm like, thank you for commenting on my photo. Yeah. Thank you for the engagement. Yeah. Clearly you're a fan.
But I think, was it Jake Paul had the most disliked video of all time?
That's insane.
I think it was Jake, or maybe it was Logan, but I'm sure they were like pumped by it and kind of used it as motivating and like, look how much AdSense revenue I made on this video, fuck you haters, whatever.
Yeah.
I would be devastated. And I think most people would be fucking destroyed by that.
I used to get really upset because I'd spend so much time and like it's like true passion when I'm making my videos. And then like all the comments would be awful and I'm like, yo, like this is hard on me. It takes a lot of my time. And I put a lot of like my feelings into it. And I'm also like posting and making this content because it's what you guys are asking for from me. And then to just be like torn apart in the comments, it's like, wow, like, it makes you like second guess like why you're doing it.
Is that why now you feel you're not as devastated maybe by them now? Because you go, like you drew that line in the sand, you go, you know what? I'm not trying to be like this person. I'm not listening to you and making whatever kind of video you decide you want to see that week. I'm just going to do me. So then when people comment, you go, so what? At least I'm doing me.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it's authentic, and this is what I want to do.
And if I'm proud of the content that I'm making. And I think a lot of the hate I got in the past came from me not really liking what I was doing. It was like, it wasn't genuine really, because I was not happy with like what I felt like I had to do and had to deliver. And more recently, I feel like it's been very positive, because I'm really just posting, like, I'm not like trying to post, you know, on a schedule all the time, but like when I post, it's like a video I'm really excited about. And I'll like, now when I post a video, it's, you know, me working on a clothing brand, or like going to New York Fashion Week, which are like just big, awesome things that I love. And I'm proud of the videos. I'll like have my friends like huddle around the TV like to watch like my new video. Like that's how special it is to me now.
Yeah.
Versus like before, it was kind of like I have to upload like this many times a week and give them what they want. And
who cares what it is?
Yeah, and then
just
people just saw that and they just didn't like it.
Yeah. So what's next for you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, you're so young. I mean, that's 24, right? In 5 years. Where do you see yourself what do your mid-20s look like?
Definitely the brand, like Steele, it's like just in the beginning, and I feel like it's doing so well, and I'm so proud of it.
How's sales been?
Good, yeah. And literally, like, I've had meetings with different like PR agencies and like people that are going to do wholesale, getting the clothes into stores and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And the way that these people believe in my brand, it makes me so happy, because I always believed in myself, and that's why I finally went after this and did it, because I was like, I'm not waiting for anyone else. Now that I did it and it's truly me and everyone believes in me, I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing here. So I'm definitely...
But to hear somebody else say it kind of confirms, you're like, you can take a deep breath.
Especially
now, right?
like someone like in the business to like tell you that. Like that's just really great. And I'm like, okay, so this is the beginning. Like this is the beginning of Steele as a clothing brand and as me as a fashion designer. So just to continue doing that and like cool collaborations with people.
Where can they get the clothes?
You can get my clothes at steeleofficial.com.
Steele with an E at the end?
Steele with an E at the end.
Okay.
Steele, my last name.
Follow Amanda everywhere. Follow her on social, YouTube, buy the clothes. Thanks so much for sitting down. This was really a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
it was
thanks.
so nice talking with you.